Okay, so it wants us to write an equation for this function below. I think there might have just been one small mistake when coming up with particularly the denominator of your function. So we're just going to set up some generic f of x, and we're going to use the vertical asymptotes to come up with our denominators. And then we'll use our x-intercepts to come up with our numerators. And then we will use the y-intercept to come up with our constant, our leading coefficient of the entire function. So here I see I have a vertical asymptote at -3. So because of that, I have an asymptote at x plus 3 because -3 will make the denominator 0, resulting in this vertical asymptote. I also have a 0 at x equals +3. I'm sorry, an asymptote at x equals +3, which means x minus 3 will be a factor of the denominator. And a thing you need to keep in mind is that so looking at this first asymptote on the left-hand side, my function approaches from the left and right. One side's going down, one side's going up. That implies that this has an odd multiplicity, or in this case, just a multiplicity of 1, we'll say. Here, since both sides of my function from the left and from the right of this asymptote are going the same direction, that implies this factor in the denominator has a multiplicity that's even, or in this case, we'll just let it be 2. So that might have been the only mistake that was made. So the numerator is going to be the values or the factors that give me an x-intercept. So here we see when x is 2, I get a y value of 0. So x minus 2 is a factor on top. And now I just have this a that I have to find out in front of the entire function. So I'm going to find that a by using this point of 0, 1. So when x is 0, I'm going to get a y value of 1. So it's going to be 1 equals a times 0 minus 2 over 0 plus 3 times 0 minus 3 squared. So I get 1 equals negative 2a over, this is going to be positive 9 times 3, that's 27. So to get a by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by 27. So I get 27 equals negative 2a. And to get a by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So I get a equals negative 13.5. So my final function is going to be f of x equals, you might be able to leave it as 27 over negative 2 in fraction form. I'm just going to put it like this. If they mark it wrong, I will fix it for you because it is not wrong. Over x plus 3 times x minus 3 squared. Let's just double check to see what they exactly want. Yep. Okay. They want the negative 13.5.